If you do have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and we can discuss it out, or you can just send a message and I'll try my best to reply it back as soon as possible. We will be analyzing the US dollar index in the currencies. We will touch base with the Euro USD. Metals, we will go through gold and indices. We will look into the Dow Jones for this session. And the first thing we will go through is the Euro USD wave analysis. Then we will have a look at the intraday buy and sell zones for to help you guys trade. So let's get started. An impulse rally was completed past several months in the euro. I'll quickly run you through the larger degree wave counts here. So the 5 wave up followed by at least the first wave A. I think it looks like an impulse complete, so I'm labeling this as A. Either the corrective wave is complete or the corrective wave is going to go even lower towards 1.1. That's a long-term view, at least for the next several weeks to come. But the immediate wave structure can be seen on the 4-hour time frame. What we are looking for in the 4-hour time frame is a buy. It's bullish for euro, all right, and which started off from 1.05, oh sorry, 1.0450 exactly on 4th of October, and until now what it has done is it completed the first wave higher through 1.0755. You can see the target hitting last week right there, and then a corrective decline. So after this decline is complete, we are going to see one more leg higher, possibly towards 850 or 920.30 zone. So if you look at the wave structure, let me zoom in a bit. I think that should be clearly visible now. The recent boundary which is being worked upon is between 1.05 and 1.0750. So I'm going to take a retracement of that, which will define a well stated buy zones and sell zones for us. Before we do that, please keep in mind that a strong support is seen around 1.05. Double zero. So till the time prices are above 1.0500, we are heading north towards 1.0860 and 1.0930. Now, which are the buy zones? Which is the buy zone and the sell zone? It begins from 680 and it goes all the way towards 600. So the entire green zone here is the buy zone. If you see prices dropping lower towards 600 levels, it is an excellent buy zone. You should go and take a long position. And in fact, you can start buying partially from here as well. All right, so this entire green zone is the buy zone. Where you would want to place your stop loss is here, 1.0500, and you can then take it towards the upside target of 1.08.06. So if you clearly define zones here, then it would be buy zone here. And right there is the sell zone. Now, to just clarify that the trend in Euro USD is on the higher side for now, till the time prices remain above 500. All right, so please enter buying zone. When you see prices here towards the buy zone, you can go and buy that. But when I'm not asking to sell further, I'm asking to take profits when it appears around the sell zone. So for example, if you buy around 680, then you should take profits around 850. All right, because that is the sell zone. All right, it's not selling first, it's buying first and then taking profits. All right. So that is the story for Euro USD. It is going to go for a few more trading sessions. And if you see prices dropping lower towards 1.06, I mean, there could be a slight drop towards the 600 mark and then a rally back towards 800, 850. All right. Please keep in mind that. Okay, next we go to the most traded instrument, uh, gold. Gold is depicting a beautiful story. Bring up the long-term picture first, and then we will go to the short-term or medium-term. In the first wave, so we've got a larger degree impulse created in gold as well. When I say the larger degree impulse means the larger degree trend. Impulse is the direction of the trend. So the larger degree trend for gold remains higher. An impulse move is usually followed by a corrective drop. And you see that corrective drop almost tested the 61.8%. So this is what I'm talking about. So a strong buy zone has already been carved initial days of October, that is precisely 4th of October. That was a strong buy zone, just above the 61.8% mark. All right, but that price is behind us now. So what we are going to do now is to find out the recent medium-term structure and the respective buy zones and sell zones. Ideally, we have done. I mean, gold has done 5 up, wave 1, and then 3 down, wave 2. So ideally, it is moving into the third wave now. It is already progressing into the third wave. And third wave, again, it subdivides into 5 waves. So I have labeled this as wave 1 here. And that trend line is clearly broke. You can see prices broke above that resistance trend line, again entering into the buy zone. And it is a clear signal that gold is a buy on dips instrument from here. Okay, so how do we tackle price action now? Because Friday, against most traders, it dropped lower, but the story is absolutely intact on the north side. See, this is wave 1. Okay, let me bring it here. And that could be a small ABC, which is a corrective wave. So if ABC is complete here, then we already have wave 2. And if it is not, if it is going to go some complex correction, then it will go higher and then lower again uh, towards the 1900 mark. So if we want to define the buy zone where absolute strong support is seen, that this area is the buy zone. To be precise, 1900 to 1930 is the buy zone. All right. And okay, initial resistance is seen around 1964, that is the Friday high, and above that is around 2000. So that is the first sell zone, 1945.50. Again, I repeat, the trend in gold is higher. So buy first. For example, prices are trading right now around 1938. So that would be a buy call. And when it reaches 1965, you've got to take profits in the buy positions. I'm not asking to sell. That is a counter trend. Okay. If you are interested in counter trend, you may go short as well, but you have to be very careful. That is the first sell zone. The second one is the sell zone around 2000. All right. So if I were to trade gold, I would buy partially now around 1930 and then remaining somewhere around the 1920s, the stop loss around 1900 and targeting 2000 plus. That would be my trade for gold. Again, intraday, there might be some drop, but that all those are towards the strong support. So buying on dips remains a good story in gold. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you, there are many systems in your terminal. You might have seen a print early today around 1917 and then push back. That is also a valid thing. In the trading view chart, that particular spike is missing. But if you've seen 1917 on your chart, please don't get confused. That is also a valid tick which happened today morning, and then prices have rallied very strongly higher. So, and that's another reason why we are calling gold to remain on the long side. All right. Now let's view the third important chart where trends are telling us a wonderful story, and that is the indices. Dow Jones. Once again, we will practice every single day like this. I will bring up the daily chart first. So the daily chart will tell us the bigger picture, all right? The father, the grandfather. And then we'll go forward to the 4 hours and 1 hour charts to find out short-term trade setups, all right? I hope you're finding it comfortable. If you do have any questions, you might want to ask. And please let me know. Please send a message here. Dow Jones resistance. Resistance is almost equal to a sell zone. It is around the 35,700 mark. So you can, okay, I've got a message. Let me see what it is. Okay, the time frame that I am watching right now is the daily chart. So first we will go through the daily chart with a bigger story, a larger story, and then we move to the 4 hours and hourly chart. Hope it is clear. So to give you a simple outlook on the daily chart, you see that boundary has been created between 36,000 and almost 32,300. All right, so that boundary was to be retraced. And in the past 2 weeks, you see the price action rallying very sharply all the way towards the 61.8% mark. Now, I don't know, you can, for intraday, it would be nice to follow an hourly chart or a 15 minutes chart. That's what I'm saying. We will go step by step, daily, 4 hourly, hourly, and then 15 minutes right now. So you see that 61.8% touch. All right. That is the sell zone. So 34,300, 400. This is your sell zone. And all the way below 32,000 is the buy zone. This is a daily chart. Now let's go on a 4 hour chart and then hourly. Once again, the 4 hour chart is clearly on the sell side. The zones are not changing between the 4 hours and the daily. You've got to sell around 33,000. The only change happens is the buy zone. This is the buy zone on the hourlies and 4 hourlies charts. And that is 33,500, 600 range. So how are you going to trade Dow Jones? Again, let me take the 1 hour chart so that if you can trade intraday there. Okay, intraday, there is one more spike expected. There should be 5 wave rally ideally. So expect one more spike towards 33,400. Remember, that is our sell zone. So the trade setup for intraday would be something like this. Sell around 33,400, 500, 34,400, 500. You can place your stop very tight, somewhere around the 34,700. And target is the buy zone. So for intraday or even for lesser time frame, I would say 33,500. Now this is not intraday, this is 1 to 2 days. But if you want to trade intraday, you go to the 15 minutes time frame. Again, you can go to the 5 minutes time frame as well if you want to play very fast. So only the structure does not change, only the values change here. This is the buy zone for intraday. 34,140. So right now it's not suggested to do anything. Let the price go to 34,700, 800, 400, 500. Then go short, and 34,100, 200 is the profit level for intraday. All right. But Dow Jones is an excellent case to sell on rallies. And that's why the sell zones are defined first, and then the buy zones are defined second. All right. And before we bring this session to a pause, we will touch base with the dollar index, which gives us an idea about what the dollar index, what the dollar is, how the dollar is placed against all the 6 major currency pairs. So the boundary in question is between 107 and 104. Again, the sell zone is somewhere around 106.30. So you can sell around 106.30, stop above 107, and the target is 104. And that is the buy zone. So here, this is your sell zone, and here you get the buy zones. Buy zone is around the 400 mark, 104 mark, sorry. All right, so the projected movement for Dow Jones is somewhere here, the dollar index. Okay, it is, if you're watching news, feel free to watch the news, brother. But these directions which we have decided will not change even if the news are coming. For example, I'll give you an example. If you are trading gold right now, okay, we have defined the buy zones as 1930. Sorry, that is the text box. Between 1930 and 1920 is the buy zone. That remains irrespective of what news you are coming and watching, all right? So you've got to buy between these levels, and the sell zones are defined, or targets are defined, or intraday targets are defined as 1965 and 65, 75, and 2000. It does not change irrespective of the news coming in. All right, brother. So we've touched base with the dollar index, currencies, metals, and the indices for the day. And we'll be back again tomorrow around same time, 8 a.m. Nigeria. Until that, if you do have any questions you might want to ask right now, please shoot out, or we'll bring the session to a pause, and I'll be back again tomorrow, 8 a.m. Your time.